This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV20.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Bacalar, along with my partner, Bob Braskich, our cameraman, producer, and director, Joe Bach. We've completed the freshman game between the Lady Admirals and the Lady Saints. The Lady Admirals victorious 41-27 over Southview. Next, we have on tap the junior varsity game. The Lady Admirals JVs coached by Ed Curtis. They are 3-12 on the season. The Lady Saints coached by Miriam Engel. And we'll get their record to date as we get the game underway. But Bob, again, another learning experience for the young ladies.
Absolutely. This is developmental. It'll be interesting to contrast what we saw in the first game and see how much growth occurs into the second game from one year to the next. Big difference between freshman and JV basketball.
All right, and all the players for Southview are freshmen and sophomores, and all the players for Admiral King's JV team are sophomores. We'll check the starting lineup and have the start of tonight's junior varsity ball game right after this timeout.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
JV action ready to get underway here at Lorain Admiral King High School. And the ball goes out of bounds on the jump ball. Jumping for the Lady Admirals, number 12 is Shanta Rice, a 5'8" sophomore. And jumping for Southview, number 30, Kiana Evans, a 5'8" freshman. And the ball goes to the Lady Saints. Starting five for the Lady Admirals, number 12 is Shanta Rice, a 5'8" sophomore. Number 14 is Tamara Smith, a 5'3" sophomore. And a shot.
Number 30 for the Saints.
That's Kiana Evans. Number 20 is Raven Montenez for Admiral King, a 5'4" sophomore. Number 34 is Jessica Smith, a 5'5" sophomore, and number 50 is Allison Peace, a 5'4" sophomore. For the Lady Saints, number 12 is Whitney Nixon, a 5'1" sophomore. Number 24 is Latangelina Ezel, a 5'6" sophomore, must be Mario's sister. And a two-point shot made by Tamara Smith. That ties it up at 2-2. As the JVs are playing 7-minute quarters. And the ball intended for Kiana Evans going out of bounds. Admiral King will put it into play. In addition to Ezel, we have number 30, Kiana Evans, a 5'8" freshman. Number 32 is Brittany Bartlebaugh, a 5'4" junior. And out there is number 40, and we did not get a name for number 40. So hopefully during halftime we will find out who number 40 is.
I am going to find out right now, Ron. I have an old program.
Whitney Nixon coming up with the loose ball, looking for someone to pass to. Gets it over to Latangelina Ezel, and up and in for 2 points. Shot put up and missed by Raven Montenez. Number 40 into the lane, up with the ball, and it drops in for two. And we have a injured Lady Admiral coming to the bench. That is Shanta Rice. Trainer David Dury will tend to her. Shot up and good by Raven Montenez. 6-4, Southview by 2. And here come the Lady Admirals once again. Montenez couldn't hang on to the ball, going out of bounds. Southview will put it into play. In the lineup for the Lady Admirals is number 30, Brittany Kimbrough, a 5'3" sophomore.
You know, Ron, I checked an older program from earlier in the year, and we don't have a number 40 in that case either. But we will find out.
Foul is on Raven Montenez. Her first, Admiral King's first. And a jump ball, possession arrow belonging to Admiral King.
You know, one of the things you notice when you take a look at the difference between JV and freshman basketball, the speed.
Shot put up and missed by Jessica Smith. Foul is against the Lady Admirals, the second team foul.
You know, the Admirals half-court defense.
And there's a three-pointer by number 40. Hopefully we're going to get that young lady's name ASAP. Shot put up and missed by Brittany Kimbrough.
I wonder if that's Portia Boyd, Ron, who also dresses for the varsity, because that shot looked awful varsity-like to me. We're going to have to check. But one of the things I like about the Admirals is I like the fact that they're coming out here with a little zone pressure look, and it looks to me like they're falling back into a 2-3 zone, but the Saints are having a little bit of difficulty recognizing whether it's a zone or a man, and so there's some confusion on which offense to run.
And Portia Boyd does dress for varsity wearing number 40. So maybe for the time being, we'll just say Portia Boyd.
Okay.
And if we're... Allison James is number 40. Allison James.
Okay, now let's see if we have the same problem we had in the earlier game, not being ready to play in timeout or in dead ball situations. Now everybody should be off to the ball.
Three-point shot from the corner off the rim, missed by Whitney Nixon.
You know, everybody runs that little play where they step the inbounder back in for that long corner shot. I really don't like it. You can get that shot anytime.
Shot put up and missed by Kiana Evans. Coming down with the ball, dribbling into the forecourt, Allison Peace. Up and in,
wow.
Brittany Kimbrough. 9-6, Southview by 3. Southview's record, by the way, 4-11 overall, 4 wins, 11 losses. They are 2-8 in the Erie division of the Lake Erie League. Jump ball as the two players, Jessica Smith and Whitney Nixon, tied it up. And a full timeout is called on the floor with the score, Southview 9, Admiral King 6. Back after this.
CC's Pizza, all you can eat for only $3.99.
CC's Buffet has 16 kinds of great tasting pizza, pasta, salad, and desserts, all you can eat for only $3.99. And CC's was voted #1 for overall customer satisfaction.
Best buffet that you can find, lunch and dinner anytime. Let's go to CC's Pizza. Great taste at a great price.
And like with the freshman game, we'll be picking our Palace Civic Center Movie Move Player of the Game at the conclusion of this junior varsity contest. with the Lady Saints holding a 3-point advantage, 9-6 over Admiral King. Allison James on the dribble, stops, 3-point shot,
Oh,
up and
yeah.
in. Allison James with her second 3-pointer.
Wow.
She's already got 8 points here in this first quarter.
Well, that was one of a situation where
Sarah Pankratz on the missed shot.
she was actually guarded and a player left her because it wasn't her man. Ladies, never leave the player with the basketball. Never leave the player with the basketball.
Allison James on the dribble. She had gotten the rebound before off the front of the rim on the shot. Stick back, put up and missed by Kiana Evans. In the lineup now for the Lady Admirals, number 10, Sarah Pankratz, a 5-foot sophomore. Sarah with the shot, missing. Allison James put it back into play. Admiral King got it. And a foul's going to be called on Brittany Bartlebaugh.
Well, Sarah,
as she guarded Sarah Pankratz just a bit too close.
Ron, wasn't Sarah a neighbor of yours? Remember when we did a game?
Not was,
oh, is.
Still
Okay,
is.
and she's a fireball.
12-6, it's a double up on the score by the Lady Saints. Shot put up and made by Jessica Smith.
Okay, here's a test of my little theory. I always believe in girls basketball. The team that presses wins. And we've got one team pressing very, very aggressively, the King Gals, who are down now by 4, and Southview's fallen back into their half-court defense. So, you know, again, I think at the girls' level, the more mistakes you can force defensively, the much better off you'll be, the more shots you'll get. So we'll see how that unfolds. And then King's defense, very difficult to recognize. They're zone pressing, but then they're falling back into something that looks like either a very soft man-to-man, and Southview is having a difficult time recognizing it, as I am. If there's ever any question as to what to do, run your man-to-man offense, because it will give you movement until you figure out exactly what's going on. Now Southview falls right back to a 2-3 zone.
Southview with the 4-point lead. We're down to a minute remaining in the first quarter. Shot put up and a foul called. Making the shot was Shanta Rice. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on Kiana Evans, her first, and the team's second. Shanta Rice shooting the foul shot from the right side of the line.
And that's perfectly within. I've seen that many times before. Players sometimes are more comfortable stepping to one side or the other. They see the rim a little better.
And the second one missing the rim entirely, going out of bounds, and Southview will put it into play. 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's 12-9.
Well, King's got a little diamond press there.
Raven Montenez saving that pass. 2-point shot put up and missed. Going out of bounds, it will belong to Southview. That was Whitney Nixon making the shot that missed.
Okay.
3 seconds in the lane, called against Southview. The turnover gives the ball to the Lady Admirals. Now in the lineup for the Lady Admirals, number 44, Amanda Kittle, a 5'5" sophomore.
Okay, now against a zone, you want to punch it into the seams of the zone and reverse the basketball.
Sarah Pankratz off the rim, no good, and it's Kittle on the rebound. And the ball taken away by the Lady Saints. That's Whitney Nixon.
We've got 10
into the
seconds.
forecourt. She's being tied up.
6.
And the ball taken away. Here comes Smith to the basket. Going out of bounds. Couldn't quite hang on to it.
Okay, Joe, here's 0.3 of a second. Joe says you can get a, I think you can slap one in. I don't think you can catch and shoot.
We're about to find out.
Right.
And we discover it just isn't going to happen. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Southview 12, Admiral King 9. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this timeout.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Second quarter action as Jessica Smith puts the ball into play. Brittany Kimbrough on the dribble. Sarah Pankratz recovers the loose ball, stripped from her momentarily. Moving into the lane, putting it up off the front of the rim, and a foul is called. That's Shanta Rice. The foul is on Brittany Bartlebaugh, her first and the team's third. At the line once again, Shanta Rice. In and out on the shot. Missing the second.
Okay, now the Admirals have to get organized here. They've got people running into each other and they don't have good spacing again. You're defensing yourself. You have to get organized, gals, and spread the floor.
Pankratz's shot partially blocked. Coming up with the ball for Southview, Megan Jackson. She was tied up right away, so a jump ball. Megan Jackson in the lineup for the Lady Saints. She is a 5'8" freshman, number 34, and another jump ball.
Now this full court.
Brittany Kimbrough, along with Alice Herring, now in the lineup for Southview. Alice Herring, a 5'7" sophomore. Tie up the ball. Pankratz on the shot, just won't drop off the rim, out of bounds. It will belong to Admiral King. Three-point shot missed by Admiral King's Brittany Kimbrough.
Okay, this indecision that Southview has, they're not quite sure what the Admirals are doing. So, gals, run your man offense. I'm not quite sure either. I'd like to see somebody cut through, and then I would know whether it's a man-to-man or a zone. But right now, the Admirals are just matching up.
Three-point attempt by Megan Jackson. The Admirals on the rebound into the forecourt.
Now, definitely the Saints are playing a zone, no doubt about it, a 2-3.
And a traveling call against King. That'll give the ball back to Southview. 5:15 remaining in the second quarter.
And against the 2-3 zone, if you just line up in a 1-3-1 in the gaps offensive set, you will, and reverse the basketball, you will get shots.
The Lady Admirals take the ball away from Southview. And the Southview Saints take it away from the Admirals. Allison James.
Well, nice anticipation there in the back of the zone to run through the passing lane.
Allison James at the baseline looking for some of the pass out to. Finally, it gets into the hands of Alice Herring. Puts it up no good. On the rebound for the Lady Admirals, Jessica Smith, and she's fouled. And the foul is on Brittany Bartlebaugh, her second, and the team's fourth. So both the Lady Saints and the Lady Admirals have 4 team fouls. Pankratz on the three-point shot, no good. Loose ball finally picked up by Brittany Bartleball.
5 on 2.
It's now Alice Herring on the dribble.
Oh,
and to
three-point.
the basket, it's Brittany Bartleball. She is fouled. Brittany with the chance for a three-point play and an opportunity to put the Lady Saints 6 points ahead of the Admirals. Off the front of the rim on the foul shot. 14-9, 5-point advantage by Southview. Missing on the shot, Jessica Smith.
I'll tell you what the Saints do nicely. They fall back and they into their 2-3, but they do a good job of anticipating and running through passing lanes. It looks like they're packing it in, which they are, but they also run through the passing lanes and anticipate very well. That very nice job.
Pankratz on the missed shot.
Of course,
On the rebound, Megan Jackson.
I'd like to see all freshmen and JV players, boys and girls, be playing man-to-man, though.
Bartleball has the ball taken away from her. Grabbing the ball, Brittany Kimbrough.
There we go.
And a pass by Pankratz, intercepted but out of bounds. It was Megan Jackson who grabbed it.
No, that's just what we were referring to, and I can see that's something that they work on. They kind of play possum a little bit, anticipate the pass, and then shoot up through the passing lane.
Tamara Smith back in the lineup for the Lady Admirals. Up and in on a shot by Shanae James. Now in the lineup for the Lady Admirals. Shanae James, a 5'10" sophomore.
And a big smile. Number 52, Ron, for the Lady Saints.
That is Janelle Dorsey now in the lineup. Janelle Dorsey, number 52, a 5'6" sophomore. And traveling violation called against Brittany Kimbrough. Dorsey is a long-time sports name in the city of Lorain, especially when it comes to Section 9 sports, in other words, the feminine side of athletics. Missing on the shot, Janelle Dorsey. Allison James on the rebound, tried to get it in, no good. Here come the Lady Admirals, stopping short, putting it up, missing as it rolled around the rim. Tamara Smith. Allison James with the rebound.
You know, the other thing the Lady Saints do very well is they get back on defense. They take away transition opportunities. They really run the floor.
Almost a takeaway by Kimbrough. This time, and it gets out of bounds, as Shanae James had her hand on it. And we've got a 30-second timeout with the score, Southview 16, Admiral King 11 here in the second quarter. A reminder that the Lorain Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain, will be showing Peter Pan on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, February 6th, 7th, and 8th. Adult admission, $3, $2 for children 12 and under. And then the weekend of February 13th, 14th, and 15th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, showtime again, all 3 nights, 7 p.m. The movie is Mona Lisa Smile. And you can see these great movies at the Palace Civic Center on weekends on Lorain County's largest screen with by far the best sound system around. So get to the Palace. The price is right. The movies are great. And you'll be able to see so much.
Ron, we have had the strangest things happen this year.
We have a mouse.
Wow. A little baby mouse at about half court being scooped up into a cup very humanely. This is big.
Now, what do you do with it?
I don't know. What do you do?
Is there a biology teacher in the gymnasium?
Right.
I think it's going to go outside.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do.
But I think that mouse would rather be inside
Yeah,
than outside
right.
on this particular winter
Right.
day.
I saw the commotion down there, and I just had the feeling. That's funny.
Well, that's a first for TV20
Yes.
and our coverage of high school basketball.
Wow.
Another traveling violation this time called on Tamara Smith.
Yeah, I hate to complain about the officials, and I'm not asking for the girls' game to be called that much differently than the boys' game, but I don't see traveling there, girls or boys.
Alice Herring passes out to Bartaball. Up with the ball and off the rim, shot by Janelle Dorsey. Rebound finally came down in the hands of Erin Kazura, number 20 now in the lineup for Southview. Erin Kazura, a 5'7" sophomore, and a niece of our state representative, Joe Kazura.
Oh.
And another traveling call.
I'm looking for Joe in the stands. I'll bet he's here, Ron, if he's in town, because he's a huge supporter of both schools, boys and girls basketball.
Bartaball off the front of the rim, no good. Pankratz on the rebound. Oh, a nice pass into the hands of Shanae James, turned around and dropped in 2 points. 16-13, the Lady Admirals trailing by 3.
Yep.
And a takeaway by Sarah Pankratz. She stops up, no good off the backboard, and the rebound put up, and she is fouled. That was Tamara Smith. The foul is on Janelle Dorsey. That's her first, and the team's 5th. Both teams now with 5 personal fouls. At the line to shoot 2, Tamara Smith. And she makes the second.
Okay, what the Admirals do here, this is called a diamond press. They go and they trap the first pass, and then the person off the ball, the third one in the forecourt, goes and plays the passing lane right there.
Bartaball gets it into the forecourt to Allison James, back to Bartaball,
Nice
up,
job.
no good, and the rebound grabbed by Jessica Smith. Jump ball called. It belongs to Southview.
You know, and again, as in the freshman girls game, I'm impressed with how hard both teams play.
And again, like we pointed out in that freshman game, Bob, the fact that these two teams playing each other brings out the best.
Right.
Alice Herring on the shot, no good. Allison James, no good on the stick back, and a foul is called.
But you know, Ron, it's sometimes from a coaching standpoint, it's so difficult to teach kids what an effort is, and to get them to play hard. And I've noticed the gals here, especially in this game and earlier, you know, generally team-wise, played very hard. The effort was very good.
Foul is on Jessica Smith. That's her first, the team's 6th. We've got 21 seconds remaining at the line. Allison James, and she makes the second one. 17-14, Southview by 3.
Okay, Admirals, get organized. You had 5 people on one side of the floor there. You have to spread a zone out.
Foul is going to be called on Brittany Bartaball. That's her 3rd. And the team's 6th. Both teams now with 6 personal fouls with 11 seconds. Up and in on a shot by Shanae James.
That's her 3rd basket, if I'm not mistaken.
She's got 6 points coming in off the bench. And a long pass by Southview's Megan Jackson, going out of bounds, ending the first half. With the score, Southview 17, Admiral King 16. Bob and I will be back with the second half right after this timeout.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
No, Katie won't be at ballet. She's sick today. No, Katie won't be at ballet. She's sick today. No, Katie won't be at ballet. She's sick today.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, look for a pattern.
She's sick today.
It could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
Second half action here at Lorain Admiral King High School in the Shot Palace, a junior varsity contest with the Lady Saints of Southview leading the Lady Admirals by a point, 17-16. And going into the lane, trying to get two was Raven Montenez, but she was fouled. And the foul, I do believe, is going to be called on Allison James.
And Raven did just what you do against a zone defense. You attack the seam.
Raven with a chance to tie the score, and she does. Raven Montenez with 2 points back in the first half.
Wow.
And she's got 2 points already here in the third quarter for a total of 4 in the game. Also scoring for the Lady Admirals, Shanta Rice back in the first quarter was 1 of 4 at the foul line. She had a point. Tamara Smith had
nice
3
look.
points. Allison James coming down with the rebound. Shanae James had 6 points. She was high for the Lady Admirals coming off the bench in the second quarter. Brittany Kimbrough had 2 points. Jessica Smith with 2 points. Up and in on a shot by Allison Peace.
Well, that came from attacking the seam also, drawing the defense and finding the open player.
And the Lady Admirals now with a 3-point advantage. They lead 20-17. Scoring in the first half for the Lady Saints, Kiana Evans with 4 points. Brittany Bartaball had 2. It was Janelle Dorsey with 2, and Allison James had a total of 9 points in the first half. 9 of Southview's 17. Off the rim on a shot missed by Sabrina Gonzalez, now in the lineup for Southview. Number 14, Sabrina Gonzalez, a 5'4" freshman. Allison James dishing off into the lane to Southview's Megan Jackson. Put it up, could not get it to drop.
But, you know, I finally figured out what the Admirals are doing here. They are playing a zone, but they do a pretty nice job. They're pretty aggressive in it. They disguise it pretty well. They take away cutters pretty well. Pretty nice job.
3-point shot attempted by, let's see, that was number 50, and we do not have a number 50 for the Lady Saints. So we have another mystery player in the ball game.
You know, and the other thing I like that the Lady Admirals do is they put good ball pressure on. There's good pressure on the basketball. And again, in girls basketball, I think there are a lot of turnovers to be forced if you play aggressively.
Basket made by Jessica Smith. The Lady Admirals extend their lead to 5, 22-17. Three-point shot up and missed by Southview's Sabrina Gonzalez. And a takeaway by number 50.
Good cut.
Turnaround jumper missed by Megan Jackson. And a shot missed by Admiral King's Shanta Rice. Amanda Kittle for Lorain Admiral King, a 10th grader, biology, her favorite class. It captures her attention because it can be very hands-on. Coaches and students have been her biggest influence in her sports career. She plans to graduate from college someday. She loves hanging out with her friends, playing softball, fishing, and riding her dirt bike. She has a 4-point GPA most of the time. Shot may put up and missed by Tamara Smith. Another putback missed, and it's Smith on the rebound.
See, we're seeing one of the problems with zone defense. I mean, there are a lot of second shot opportunities because the checkout assignments aren't very
And
good.
there's a basket made by Allison Peace. And a full timeout called on the floor. It's 24 Admiral King, 17 Southview. Back after this.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
During our timeout, the mystery has been solved. Number 50 was number 54 on the freshman team, and that is Latasha Hamilton. So she has changed her jersey to number 50, and she's now on the court for the Lady Saints. Number 50 is Latasha Hamilton. We're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, 24-17. The Lady Admirals leading by 7.
And the Admirals did something a lot of coaches do during timeouts. Admirals coach Curtis, he changed defenses. He went to a man-to-man on that last possession, and that's always a nice little wrinkle when a team calls a timeout to get things set up. You change defenses.
And I just noticed number 54 out on the floor for the Lady Saints. She was not included in the JV roster, but that is Sharday Thorpe from the freshman team. Sharday Thorpe had number 52. Now she's wearing number 54.
Oh, nice pass.
And Sharday Thorpe scores the 2. (24-19). Lady Admirals now lead by 5. Into the lane, up with the ball, short. That was Shante Rice. Missing on the 2-point shot, Allison Peace. Southview into the forecourt with a chance to close the gap. Allison James missing on the shot. Going out of bounds. Admiral King will put it into play. One of the Lady Admirals who is not dressed because she was injured, Ashley Taylor, a 10th grader. Global Studies with Mr. Jones, her favorite class and teacher. Mr. Jones is her favorite teacher because he is so cool and he made learning fun. But he's retired now.
Yes.
He retired after the first semester ended.
After 35 plus years, actually 37 plus years, Ron.
Oh my, wow.
2 in Indiana and 35 in Ohio. Just a great teacher, a lot of fun. He put on a show every day.
We used to hear him down in the English wing.
He'd sing, he'd dance, just terrific.
Anyway, Ashley Taylor's influence in her sports career, her mom and her sister. She hopes to graduate from high school and then attend college and become a successful lawyer. To the basket and dropping in 2 points for the Lady Admirals, Jessica Smith. 26-19, 7-point lead once again for the Lady Admirals. Up with the 2-point shot and missing.
12 seconds remaining in the half. Clock situation, I don't think anybody's aware again.
That was Southview's Latangelina Ezel. And Ezel comes down with the loose ball as the third quarter comes to an end with the score. Admiral King 26, Southview 19. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter right after this timeout.
CC's Pizza, all you can eat for only $3.99.
CC's Buffet has 16 kinds of great tasting pizza, pasta, salad, and desserts, all you can eat for only $3.99. And CC's was voted #1 for overall customer satisfaction.
Best buffet that you can find, lunch and dinner anytime. Let's go to CC's Pizza. Great taste at a great price.
It's a sound we take for granted. Life seems so simple as a child, yet 500,000 children in Ohio have vision problems. Problems that, if not detected early, can lead to loss of sight and difficulty learning. Simple activities like riding a bike can become dangerous. When you register your vehicle or renew your license plates, add a $1 donation to the Save Our Sight Fund and help save the sight of Ohio's children. For more information, call 1-800-755-GROW.
Thanks for giving to Save Our Sight.
All right, fourth quarter action just about ready to get underway, and let's finish talking about Ashley Taylor, the injured Admiral King junior varsity player. As we indicated, she plans to go on to college and become a successful attorney. She enjoys playing basketball, volleyball, softball, and singing. She has a 3.9 GPA. She's received honors in basketball, volleyball, and softball. Her brother was a professional baseball player with the White Sox, the Blue Ox, and the Pirates. Never heard of the Blue Ox, though. Anyway, that's Ashley Taylor. And a takeaway by Sarah Pankratz, but apparently stepped on the sideline.
Is Sarah as high energy around the neighborhood, Ron? She
You know,
is.
I don't get to see too much of Sarah.
She really hustles.
And a takeaway by the Admirals, Kimbrough. Brittany Kimbrough.
And nice anticipation off the ball. Both teams have been schooled to anticipate passes off the ball. They run through the passing lanes very well. Now what the Lady Admirals do is they really gamble with their diamond press. They trap the first pass, they take away the inbounder, middle and sideline. They give up deep.
We were talking about Brittany Kimbrough just a moment ago, the sophomore for Admiral King. Mr. Nieves, or Ms. Nieves, is her favorite teacher. Spanish her favorite class because she learns a lot and it's a whole new language for her. Her uncle, her mom, and cousin have been her biggest influence in her sports career. Shot put up and missed by Raven Montenez. Allen Iverson of the Philadelphia 76ers, her favorite professional sports player. She hopes to graduate from college and work at NASA, the Glenn Research Center, as a computer engineer. Her hobbies and interests include band, dancing, computers, skating, and basketball.
Amanda on the steal and basket. Or Sarah, rather. Sarah
Pankratz, okay. Those are the first 2 points for Sarah here in the fourth quarter. And it's Kittle getting the ball away for the Lady Admirals. Sarah in the backcourt brings the ball into the forecourt. Off to Kimbrough. And it's going to be a traveling call on Raven Montenez, that she just didn't quite have control of the ball.
30-second timeout, Ron, called by the Southview bench.
Brittany Kimbrough has a 3.3 GPA. She's gotten awards for perfect attendance. Her family history in organized sports: boxing, basketball, track, and football. That is Brittany Kimbrough. Rachel Renee Rogers, number 40 for the Lady Admirals, and I don't believe she's gotten into the game yet, but she is a sophomore. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Falensky, Advanced Global Studies, her favorite class because Mr. Falensky explains the work and world history very well, and he is funny. Her friends have been her biggest influence in her sports career. She hopes to become very successful in her career that she has chosen, but apparently it is still not identified, whatever it may be in the future. Shopping, hanging with friends, and studying are her favorite interests and hobbies. She has a 3.7 GPA. Missing on the shot, Tasha Hamilton. And it's Kimbrough coming up with the rebound.
Well, my theory of the team that pressures more will be more successful is coming true here. Admiral's definitely more aggressive defensively.
A takeaway by Tasha Hamilton. 28-19, 9-point advantage for the Lady Admirals. We've got 4:40 remaining in the first quarter, and a foul is called. The foul is going to be on Amanda Kittle. That's her first and the team's second. So this second half has been relatively foul-free. Admiral King has 2 team fouls, Southview just 1.
And again, 9 points in a girls' game.
Shot missed by Megan Jackson.
Are a lot of points, and I think Southview's going to have to come out of that zone and try to pressure up King into turning the ball over and then scoring off that pressure.
And the Southview Saints take the ball away from Raven Montenez. But it's going to go right back to the Lady Admirals.
And the Saints have gotten out of the zone. They're playing man-to-man now.
Up with the shot and dropping in for 2, Shanae James. And she's got 8 points now in the ball game. 6 back in the second quarter and 2 here in the fourth quarter. And speaking of Shanae James, a sophomore, math, and Mrs. Jackson, her favorite class and teacher. She loves to learn new things, and Mrs. Jackson teaches us new things every day, says Shanae James. Her family has been her biggest influence in her sports career. Here we go, LeBron James.
There, finally.
And Tracy
23.
McGrady, though, are her favorite sports professionals. She hopes to be a registered nurse someday. Her hobbies and interests: to be a teacher, basketball playing, and to be a nurse. Well, I guess you could be a nurse and a teacher all in
Yes, you
one.
can.
Absolutely. She has a 3-point GPA. Her dad played sports along with her brother and her uncles. That is Shanae James for Admiral King, number 22.
You know, Ron, a lot of the GPAs that you're reading about today are just off the charts: 3-point, 4-point, 4.5, and you find that the girls and the guys that get involved in extracurricular activities and athletics generally excel in the classroom too, and I really think one contributes to the other.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I agree with that 1,000%. If you're truly inclined to want to be a good athlete, you've got to be a good student. Shot missed by Admiral King's Shanta Rice. Shot up and in by Tamara Smith. 32-19 as the Lady Admirals stretch their lead. They now lead by 13. We've got just under 3 minutes remaining in the ball game.
And again, 13 points is a lot of points in a JV girls basketball game. Lady Saints are going to have to start picking up full court and pressing. They're going to get back in the game.
Allison James on the missed shot. Rebound by Raven Montenez, and she's called for traveling. Tamara Smith, a sophomore for Lorain Admiral King, U.S. history, and Mr. Jones, her favorite class and teacher. Her aunt Pamela Hill and her father Brian Smith, the biggest influences in her sports career. Kevin Garnett, her favorite professional sports player. She hopes to become successful in life. She enjoys playing basketball, sports overall, and shopping. And her GPA is 3.5.
Wow. Terrific.
Also, Raven Montenez, a sophomore, U.S. history, and Mr. Jones, her favorite class and teacher. He made learning fun and easy. And I can venture to guess that the Lorain public school system, and Admiral King in particular, will miss the likes of Mr. Jones.
Oh, absolutely. What a loss to our department up there in social studies.
Well, they've got you and Paul Bieber, and come on. You two guys have been on TV20 on the Focus program, just lending expertise beyond belief on presidents.
But I don't sing and dance in class, and Mr. Jones did.
Well, okay. You can learn.
Yeah, no. The other day when you sung Happy Birthday, you notice I checked out of that.
I noticed. I didn't expect to do solo, but once I got started and I knew you weren't going to chime in. Anyway, Raven Montenez, her whole family has been a great influence in her sports career. She has had a lot of family who played basketball and influenced her to keep going at it. Well, Tracy McGrady is her favorite professional sports player. She plans to go to school to become a dentist or a physical therapist and maybe go on to the WNBA someday. Eating, sleeping, and going out with her friends are her favorite interests and hobbies. And that's a two-pointer popped in by Shanta Rice. That's her first field goal in the game. She had a 1 point at the foul line back in the first quarter. 34-19 now. 15-point advantage, and the ball goes off the hands of Southview's Michelle Brillon. Now in the ball game, Michelle Brillon, a 5'6" sophomore.
I'm a little surprised to see the Saints aren't picking up full court here. There's just a minute 56 left, and they're down by 15. I did like what the Saints did the last couple times down offensively. They spread the floor and ran their man offense. That's been a problem tonight.
Oh my goodness, what a great shot by Raven Montenez. And we'll conclude Raven's bio here. She has a 3-point GPA. Both her mother and her aunt played basketball for Lorain High, and her cousin Ashley Walden and Terrence Moore played for Admiral King a couple of years back.
Okay.
That is Raven Montenez. 3-point shot missed by Allison James. Rebound, the Lady Admirals. Raven Montenez coming down with it with the dribble into the forecourt. Tamara Smith, and a timeout is being called by Admiral King. Gives us a chance to talk now about Jessica Smith, a 10th grader. Global Studies with Mr. Jones, her favorite class and teacher. He was funny, and he made learning something fun to do. The influence in her sports career, her family, as well as and I'm trying to read her writing here. My something or another. Can you figure that out? As well as my
cat.
Oh, her cat. Okay. Well,
Ron, C-A-T.
That has cat. Yeah, but who would think a cat would influence somebody's sports career?
I think that's what it says.
Well, I'm going to let you be the judge of that, and you just did. Kobe Bryant and Ricky Hamilton, her favorite professional sports players. She hopes to attend college and become a lawyer someday. Playing basketball and hanging out with her friends are her favorite things to do. That is Jessica Smith.
You know, Coach Ed Curtis did a nice thing. He took that time out, didn't take the time out to talk to the team or anything. He just took it to get his other players in the game. And I love it at these levels when I see everybody play.
Sarah Pankratz at the foul line. She was fouled in the act of shooting, making the first. And off the front of the rim on the second. She gets her own rebound. Gets it out to Brittany Kimbrough.
55 seconds.
And it's going to be a foul called on Southview's Megan Jackson. That's the 4th team foul. We're not going to have any bonus shots in this second half.
We're not.
Well, we've got 3 more Admiral King players to talk about and just a few seconds remaining in this ball game. And that was a shot put up and missed by Tamara Smith, but she was fouled. And the foul is going to be on Megan Jackson. Tamara will be at the line. Allison Peace, a sophomore. Mrs. Llewellyn, biology, and Mr. Jones, U.S. history, her favorite classes and teachers. Her parents, family, fellow students, her biggest influence in her sports career. Allen Iverson, her favorite professional player. She plans to join, and the missed shot there. Did she make the first one?
No, Ron.
She missed them both. Okay. She plans to join the National Honor Society, to graduate with honors, and then go to Ohio State and become a pediatrician.
Get in there.
Oh, my
All
goodness,
right,
a
for
three-point shot
number
made
40.
by, and that is Allison James. That's her 3rd three-pointer in this ball game. She had 2 back in the first quarter.
Nice cut.
And again, Tamara Smith going up with the shot. She is fouled, and the foul is on Michelle Brillon, her first, the team's 6th, and that is going to put Tamara Smith back at the line to shoot 2. We were talking about Allison Peace. Sports such as varsity, volleyball, basketball, and track are her favorite hobbies and interests. She also likes to hang out with her friends, and she has a 3.895 GPA. She's been on the honor roll, the merit roll, most valuable player in track, most improved player, varsity volleyball, 10th grade, coach's award, 9th grade, and there's some others, but she just couldn't remember them all. That is Allison Peace. And that is the end of the ball game. The final score, Admiral King 38, Southview 22. So the Lady Admirals victorious in the freshman game, now in the junior varsity game. And we'll be back to wrap it all up and comment about our last 2 players right after this timeout. Well, it's a big night for the Lady Admirals of Lorain Admiral King High School. As we indicated, the freshman team won, the JV team just won. And Bob, your thoughts on the game?
Well, my thoughts on the game, it's not so much winning and losing. I like what I saw in both games as far as participation, everybody playing. And you'll notice in that second game, the game was much quicker. Far few traveling calls, bad passes and errors. And that means that the players are developing fundamentally, and that's good to see.
All right, and you have one of the 2 bios that we have not completed, so why don't you do that one?
10th grader, number 12, Shantae Rice, for the Admirals. Favorite class is French with Mrs. Stemple, because Mrs. Stemple is very cool and easygoing. Influences in her sports career. Thus far, her father, Kenny Rice. Her favorite sports player, Carmelo Anthony. Future goals are to be successful in life, and her favorite hobbies and interests are sports, shopping, and dancing. Her GPA, Ron, is 3.3.
All right, and last and certainly not least, Miss Hustle for the JV team. My neighbor, Sarah Pankratz, a sophomore. Ms. Meyer and Mr. Jones, her favorite teachers. And why? Well, Miss Meyer made advanced studies challenging, and Mr. Jones made it fun, and was so funny that you'll always remember what you learned in his class. Coaches and student alumni have been the greatest influences in her sports career. She plans to take the PSEO college courses next year and attend the University of Toledo and get a degree in the art of film. She likes going to movies, hanging out with friends, and talking on Instant Messenger, and playing varsity volleyball and softball, as well as this season's JV basketball team. Sarah's GPA is 4.7.
It's off the charts.
Yes, indeed, and she has received sports and academic honors in softball, the Coaches Award, in Academic Achievement Award, in volleyball, the Freshman Captain's Award, and she is currently in the National Honor Society. That is Sarah Pankratz. And as you pointed out, some outstanding young ladies.
Oh, absolutely.
Both scholastically and athletically that we have witnessed so far this evening.
And the message, Ron, parents out there, encourage your student to participate in athletics or drama or any of the other after-school opportunities, because it translates into success in the classroom.
Amen. Amen to that. All right, let's look at the scoring. At the end of the first 7 minutes, the Lady Admirals trailed by 3 points. Southview in the lead, 12-9. Then in the second quarter, the Lady Admirals put in 7 points, holding the Lady Saints to just 5. And the locker room score, Southview ahead by 1 point, 17-16. Then for some reason, the Lady Saints came out in the second half and were as cold as polar bears. The Lady Admirals managed 10 points, while the Saints only put in 2. Third quarter score, 26-19. In the fourth and final quarter, the Lady Admirals put in 12 points, while the Lady Saints just managed 3 for our final 38-22 score. The scoring statistics for the Lady Saints of Southview: Kiana Evans with 4 points. It was Brittany Bottlebaum with 2 points. Janelle Dorsey had 2 points. Shonday Thorpe had 2 points, as she also played in the freshman game. And the high point scorer for the Lady Saints and for the ball game, Allison James with 12 points. A lot of scoring amongst the Lady Admirals. Sarah Pankratz had 3 points, all coming in the fourth quarter. Shantae Rice had 3. Tamara Smith with 6. Raven Montenez with 6. It was Brittany Kimbrough with 2 points. Jessica Smith had 6. Allison Peace had 4. And high for the Lady Admirals in the JV game, Raven Montenez with, make that Shanae James. Shanae James, high for the Lady Admirals with 8 points. And for the first time since we've been giving out the Lorain Palace Civic Center Movie Move Player of the Game, it is going to go to a player on the losing team. And we congratulate Allison James, who is our recipient. She will receive 2 free passes of a weekend movie of her choice to the Palace Civic Center, along with a big box of popcorn and 2 soft drinks. Allison put in a total of 3 three-pointers, and 1 field goal and 1 from the foul line for the total of 12 points. And your thoughts on Allison?
Well, I thought she demonstrated good court awareness. She had a nice push shot from the perimeter, and I can just see that this gal's going to be a shooter down the road. Ron, I could just watch the release. I watched the rotation on her shot, and she had a nice lift, and she's going to shoot the ball very well.
Allison was not one of the starting 5 for the Southview Saints JV team, coming off the bench and doing all that outstanding scoring. So congratulations again to Allison James. Okay, that wraps it up on this JV game from Lorain Admiral King High School and the Shot Palace. Again, the freshman game victorious. The Admiral King Admirals winning that one by a 41-27 margin. The JVs winning 38-22. For my partner, Bob Braskich, our cameraman, producer, and director, Joe Bach, I'm Ron Bacalar. Good evening, everyone.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.